afternoon or evening, whenever your day, however your day's lining up. I hope you guys are doing well. I am sorry I only had one video up this week. I have been busy with my kids for spring break and also a little bit of traveling, things like that. So, I also have my phone is full that I record on. It's full, and I've been deleting videos I really didn't want to delete, so I've been deleting content instead of uploading it to YouTube because it's full. It's been quite the week, you guys. Such a week that, I mean, good in a lot of ways, but the ending has been really strange. So, um, I had to start my morning with a strong cup of tea. So, this live is brought to you by some Sips by. I've got two packages of roasted dandelion roots. Now I made 4 cups, though. I like big cups. And then I have an herbal almond cookie, caffeine free. So I only do caffeine free. But this has like apples and almond chunks in it and cinnamon. So yum. It smells really, really good. It's going to be a fragrant cup. So that's what I'm drinking this morning. And then I have so many old card kits, you guys. I have a 12 by 12 box of card kits, and I really want to get through them. You know, this is my year to use up my stash. I mean, it'll take more than a year, but that's what I'm focusing on this year. I have a couple of old Stampin' Up! Paper pumpkins in here. This one's really cool. It came with all these stencils. I'm always a fan of that. They're tiny, but that's okay. I obviously opened this at one point, but never did anything with it. Comes with instructions. I think Paper Pumpkins really, I don't know the price anymore. When I used to subscribe to it, I thought it was really affordable. And I think it's a great beginner's kit because you do get all the instructions to make cards. I know for a while they were like making things other than cards. I don't know if they're still doing that either. I don't know anything about it, okay, anymore. But I've got a couple of kits here. Let's see, I've got another one in here. I just combined them to save space. So I've got a mountains one, and then I have an ice cream corner one. Again, these are kind of old. I don't even know when this is from. It's nothing recent, I can tell you that. Okay, so they always come with an ink spot, which actually it's funny because these from their old pads, I don't know about the new ones, but these are actually different because they have a felt pad instead of the foam pad, so they don't dry out like the other ones do, which I think that's interesting. All right, I really like this mountain one, so let's just start with this. I also pulled some old Spellbinders kits, which I keep in these. I can keep a lot more kits in that box if I use these plastic pieces. Sala, hi! Hi, Jackie! You have a bunch of old card kits? Oh, good! Me too. I have so many. So, I felt like making some cards. I've been up since 4 a.m. my time, Central Standard Time. And I spent the last 2 hours kind of like slowly cleaning in my craft room. Still too hot to drink. And watching Mindless Crafting. Are you guys Mindless Crafting fans? Tracy and Bill? They have a YouTube channel. It's called Mindless Crafting. And, well, they're just the most wonderful. I just adore them. And so they go live at midnight once a month. And they did a live last night. at midnight, but I was sleeping then, but then of course up by 4, so. Oh, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to remove my background here. And let's just get into this. I can talk and craft at the same time. So this kit came with the stencils. Like I said, it has glue dots, foam. Oh, I love this cord. This is like a linen twine that's Stampin' Up. I don't know if they still do it. Again, I haven't shopped Stampin' Up in years, really. I do want their mini die cut machine, but I still haven't gotten that. But yeah, this linen twine is really cool. I always love this stuff. I love Stampin' Up. I just haven't shopped with them in a long time. Okay. And it came with this really cool stamp set. It comes with card bases. Here's the stamp set. They're always tiny, the little stamp sets. So this one, whoops, measures, they're all the same, 3.5 by 4.5. But it has some great sentiments, and then these 3 little images. Okay, let's see what else it has. It has these pop-outs, some backgrounds, some labels, different sizes, and more labels. I bet we're supposed to stamp on these. Okay, what else we got? So we've got lots of different card bases. And then we also have some envelopes. I don't know. Oh, you know what? These are liners for the envelopes. All right, I've got a number of y'all here with me already. Hello, Michelle. And hello, Teresa. Welcome. St. Patty's Day. I know. You know what? We went to take our kids yesterday. We were all off, and we took our kids to Little Caesars, and I totally didn't realize. Not to Little Caesars. We took them to Mr. Gatti's. They have like, it's a pizza and play place where they have like an arcade and pizza buffet and all that, and our kids love it. So we went there, and the lady was all decked out, and I was like, oh shucks, it's St. Patty's Day, and I was like, all I've got is green eyes. I didn't have a stitch of green on me. Luckily, I did not get pinched. Okay. So it looks like really we're just making 2 cards. If we follow the instructions, we're just going to be making 2 cards. I love these cards. I really, really do. So let's do these cards. Now, one thing I used to do with my paper pumpkin when I was a subscriber was I would I'd really stretch the kit like as far as it would go. I love their dimensionals too. So what I would have done, and what I might still do, is I might not use these as envelope liners. So the way they're designed and cut is that you slide them inside of your envelope. I think they're scored, maybe. Maybe not. And you've got to get it below the glue, right? So that you can seal your envelope. But it's just to make it coordinate and be a fancy envelope. But these are also just great pieces of paper. So used to, when I was just getting started, I would use paper pumpkins, and I would take things and really stretch them. I'd find designs to where I could get the most out of my paper. And another thing I would do, because I had plenty of white paper but I didn't have colored cardstock, is I would save pieces like this, and I would use it like, you could use this as 4 card bases, but instead I would cut it down and get 8 card fronts. And what I mean by card front is when you have a card, this is a 5x7, but when you have a background for your card front, right? Versus, so you can always stretch these and make them go even further. And I found all the kits to be that way, regardless of the theme. I always found that the paper pumpkin could go a lot further than it's designed to go. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, you know, I really like, so Tracy and Bill, last night when they were crafting at midnight, they were using a Simple Stories card kit. I have some free classes here on my channel where I use a Simple Stories card kit. Those are really cool. And those are things you can get at, you know, like scrapbook.com or Simon Says Stamp or your other places where you buy Simple Stories. So I can tell that these, you know, really need to be punched out carefully. Oh, you usually get up at 4. Yeah, I used to be on a schedule of waking up at 5. And that would give me an hour to be up before everybody else. And I loved it. I got so much crafting done. And then this last month, I've been off schedule and totally sleeping in, not getting that crafty hour done in the morning, not getting nearly as much made. But that's okay. I set up my March to be a quiet month for me, and easy, low stress, low production, just a simple, easy month. So, but I'm kind of getting back on schedule because my hormones are crazy, because I guess I'm entering into menopause, perimenopause, whatever. Oh gosh, that's what's new this week. My hormones are insane right now. I get to go to the doctor and get the official word from them, but yes. So it looks like we have an extra set of these, and I imagine that's because these could be easily torn. So I think they just tried to hook people up with an extra set, because I could tell these could easily tear, but they're beautiful. I love these. So let me just grab this. I'm gonna look at it. It has directions in here, and they always have a ruler. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of look this over, this design, and make it from there. Let's see if this tea is cooled down enough to drink. Oh, that's so funny. You subscribe to the your creative studio kit. Yeah, those are getting even more and more popular. I did one. I got one time. Tracy and Bill are amazing. Like, if you're ever feeling down, just go to their channel, watch one of their lives. It is the most encouraging, uplifting, positive place to be. You know, because I know you're watching this because you like crafts. So that's just where to go. That's the place to be. It's amazing. I love them. Weatherford. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Well, Michelle, I grew up in your area. I grew up in the Denton area. So real close to Weatherford, really. Now I'm down in Central Texas. I'm near Austin. All right, let me get the correct. I'm going to do the ones with these trees first. Bye, babe. Love you. Have a good day. Hubby's off to work. Now y'all know why I craft on Saturdays. That's my day each week. If I don't wake up at 5, if I don't steal that hour in the morning, if I don't claim it as mine, then there's really no time for me to craft until Saturday each week. So it's worth going to bed early and getting up early to get that crafty time in. Yeah, Michelle, I'm totally trying to use my stash. I have a hoard of supplies, and I just want to use them, you know, just use it up. Okay, so they wanted me to stamp the sentiment, "Here's to you," but I don't want to. So let's see what other ones they have here. I kind of don't want to use any of these. Not because they're not great. They are. Here, I'll read them to you. "All the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year." Happy birthday over here. Congratulations. Here's to you. May your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. Like, they're great sentiments. It's just, I need thank you cards. So I donate cards to my church, and the pastor always needs more thank you cards. So I need some. So I'm going to find a thank you stamp in my stash. Okay, and I'm going to put these little pieces down here. See, and then this goes here, like so. And then there is these larger ones is where what's designed to go on this card. This looks so dimensional, doesn't it? With just that one die cut on top. And I love the sketchiness. I always love a sketchy or an etched stamp. I love that look of the artist sketch. So these, I really love this kit. Okay, and then this is where my thank you will go. I have to grab a thank you stamp. Good morning, Alyssa. How are you? Yes, Michelle, I've done that too. Cut up the envelopes to have more DSP because sometimes it just matches the paper so perfectly. In this circumstance, you know, they kept them plain, like craft paper, which you could still cut up and use. Craft paper is beautiful on cards. And then they gave us these liners, but sometimes the envelopes themselves look like patterned paper. I've done that too. Brian, good morning. I did not know you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. What? I had no idea. Let's see, I need to grab a thank you stamp set. So you guys, I keep all of my stamps in a filing cabinet and hanging in the hanging files. And so I have an entire row or entire filing cabinet, just, you know, one drawer that's full of sentiments. I love sentiments. I'm always a sucker for them. I'm sure I have one that's just all about thank yous. So that's what I'm looking for right now. I need to organize my drawer a little more. It's not organized at all right now. Baby, hooray. Let's see. I think, you know, I also have this stamp set that I've never used from Stamps of Life. It's a faith-driven one. So I think I'll use that because, you know, I always have to decorate the insides of my cards. So I think I'll use that for the insides. Here's some thank yous, but they're a little bit big. But yeah, I have been storing my stamps like this for quite some time, and I just love it so much. Here's some thank yous. I really liked these Letter It stamps sets. They were very affordable from Ranger. They're not photopolymer, but I don't care about that. I get good impressions from these more plasticky stamps all the time. and they're super affordable, and they put out lots of really cool, you know, ones that were about lettering. And so they have one for baby and thank you and all these different things. So I'm making 4 of these. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp out 4 of these. And then we can look at this one more closely, even though I know y'all were probably staring at it while I was over there. Good morning, Angela. How are you? I was thinking about you last night. I was watching, well, yesterday evening, I was watching a program with my daughter, and they were talking about origami. These kids were doing origami, and I was like, Angela, she's my origami friend and card making friend. Okay, let's see. I need to select a color. I kind of want to do like a navy blue. I think that would really pop on this card. I'm sad, you guys. I had been out of my craft room for a full week, and this was open on the floor. It had fallen off my desk and was open on the floor, and I was so sad because I don't have re-inkers for these. These were gifted to me from Desiree. I'd include a thank you. And yeah, I don't have the re-inkers. I've been on the wish list, waiting list, or notify me list for some time for when the re-inkers will come back in stock. But you know what? It was still wet. I was so happy about that. Okay, so this just barely fits, but it does. So the pastor at our church, he sends thank you cards every day. He's been doing this for, I don't know, like 15 years or something. It's a daily practice that he does to, you know, stay and keep a heart of gratitude for the people in his life and the community. And I just think that's so sweet. So, you know, you can imagine he needs at least 52 thank you cards a year and then more. Sorry, 365. I was counting weeks, not days. He does at least 365 thank you cards a year. So I need to get him some more thank you cards. Oh, adhesive vinyl. I've never used it. I don't even know, but I'm guessing you have a Cricut. I wonder, I don't know if you have an outlet to sell things, but I wonder if you could just cut out like patterns, kind of like die cuts, and sell them or something. All right, so the next thing is I'm supposed to put a little whoop-de-whoop of this, a little loop-de-loop behind the sentiment. You know, something like that. So we will do that. To make this easier on myself, I'm going to grab some double-sided adhesive and go ahead and just get this linen thread where I like it and adhere it to the sentiment like so, and then I can just tape it down. That'll be the easiest thing. So let's get some of this going on. What are y'all doing today? What are y'all up to today? Are y'all going to be crafting? Is Saturday your crafty day? Some weeks it changes and I do it on Sunday, but I do prefer Saturdays. I still fit other things in, like I'll be taking my son to a play date today for a few hours. I need to grocery shop, things like that. So it's not a full crafty day, but it is my craftiest day of the week. And yeah, I need to figure out how, so here's what's going on. I recorded a bunch of videos to share with you guys, a bunch of content, and then March 3rd was me and my hubby's anniversary. And before that, I had downloaded a ton of family videos and pictures, and I made a family movie for him for our anniversary. I mean, it's for all of us. But then it just took up a ton of space on my phone, and now I have all these videos and not enough space to edit them and save. Ay, ay, ay. I tell you what, if I just had unlimited space, you guys would have so much content. I can't tell you how many times I've done this, how many times I've recorded a bunch of content. I'm like, cool, I'll have so many videos. And then I don't have enough space to edit them, so I have to go back and make sacrifices. I have to take certain parts out so that, you know, certain videos and things out so I can get enough space to save and edit others. Ugh. And my hubby bought me this really cool, like, extra space. It's kind of like a hard drive, but you plug it into your phone. And he was thinking that that would solve my storage problem. And I was, you know, really excited. We were both thinking that would work. But then I can't upload from it to YouTube. So it's so frustrating. And I use the cloud. I have like terabytes on the cloud, but that doesn't help either. It's just always been a challenge of mine. The techie, like, I love editing videos, but the techie side is definitely my weakest link. That's why lives are so easy. You just push live and you're on air. You're not saving it. You don't have to worry about it. It just makes it so easy. Okay, I think my pastor is really going to like these cards. I mean, I really like them. I love this mountain theme. So I'm going to get these assembled, and then we'll pick out the inside sentiment to go with them. 2 down. I'm going to go ahead and do kind of mass production style. Go ahead and do these linen pieces. Now, when I'm donating cards, and I know I'm making cards for donation, I try to keep them flat. Flat, not fat. Post office does not like fat envelopes. My daughter and I have a little song about it. They do not like fat envelopes. So I try to keep it flat because I don't want the church incurring extra postage, or the pastor, and having that frustration. I think it's probably happened to all of us where you mail off a card and you're like, yay, it's done. I mailed a card. And then it comes back to you instead of going to the person that it was intended for because you didn't add enough postage. You guys, that happened to our wedding invitations. I made our wedding invitations, and that was 16 years ago before I was a card maker. But I was like, oh, I just did it all for our wedding. I did our wedding cake because I used to be a cake decorator, and I made wedding cakes professionally. And so I made our wedding cake. I decorated the hall and the place where we had it. My friend worked at a florist. She did my flowers. Like, it was a very DIY kind of wedding, which saved us a lot of money. But yeah, so I made our wedding invitations and I put dried flowers and confetti and all this stuff in them. And most half of them came back to us that they needed additional postage. Oh boy. So anyways, when I'm sending cards for donation, I do try to think of that. I try to save them from that. And when I sell my cards at craft fairs and events, I try to let people know, like, hey, and I need to put it on a brochure, like, you may have to pay additional postage if the card is chunky for dimensional cards. Because not everyone knows. I mean, I think people send so much less, especially like envelope postage these days. They might send a package for a loved one or something here or there. But a lot of people just don't know that the post office wants it flat, not fat. Oh, y'all have a Cricut. Someone has a Cricut Joy. Angela has a Cricut Joy. Those are small, aren't they? Like, it would be good for a card maker on their desk. That has been tempting to me. But I have a Brother Skinnicut. Not the same thing. Not at all. But it doesn't fit on my desk, and it's usually covered up by lots of paper. Oh, my craft room. That's why I'm using up my stash. All right. Now we can just pop this on. You know, these paper pumpkins, I used to take these with me when I would wait for the kiddos after school. You had to like line up and wait for like an hour to pick them up after school to get in line. And I had a crafty kit, which I still have, that's always loaded up, ready to go. And I would take my paper pumpkins because pretty much all you need is glue. Everything's pre-cut and ready for you. And I would just make paper pumpkins while I sat and waited on the kids. Also great for a doctor's office, wherever you're comfortable crafting and want to craft. My son was in Kung Fu for years. I would take my crafty stuff to his Kung Fu classes. I would make cards there. I'll pretty much make them anywhere. So those 4 cards are done except for the insides. I'm going to put, I thank my God every time I remember you, because it's about gratitude. There's also another one. I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. I think I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to put this one on there. This stamp set, I don't know if you can still get it, but it's called Praise for Him. Praise for Him by the Stamps of Life. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this on the inside. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in these other stamps, and I'm going to stamp some little trees in there too. I wonder if they list the colors. I don't think I have. I think I only have like 1 or 2 Stampin' Up! Ink pads. Let's see. Do they list the colors? I doubt I have it. Of coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Old Olive Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock. I bet that's Pretty Peacock. And Seaside Spray. Well, let's just see what I've got. I definitely don't have Pretty Peacock. But these Catherine Pooler colors are much darker than they appear. And then, let's see. I might just have something even closer. Maybe this. We'll stamp those two and see how they look. Doesn't have to be perfect. I could even do a completely different color tree. I could go with gray or light blue, whatever. Okay. So I think I'll do the sentiment. What color did we do the sentiment in before? Navy blue, which I still have. So we'll do that. We'll do the midnight blue for the sentiment, and then we'll do the trees in one of these colors. Grab a piece of foam to stamp on. I'm just going to stamp this first on a scrap piece of paper and see what it looks like. Hey Desiree, I was just talking about you. Saying how sweet you were to send me these inks, and I dropped one on the floor. Didn't know it. It stayed open like this for a week because I didn't make it back into my craft room for a week this past week during spring break, and it's still juicy. Oh yeah, that's pretty much perfect. I think that is close enough for me. We won't even bother with this one. Okay. So, I hope you're doing well. I've started the change. Like, you guys, I think I'm going through like the levels of grief. Tell me if I'm wrong or crazy, but like, so I missed my cycle. TMI, well, welcome to my channel, the channel of TMI and crafting. And, you know, I did the responsible thing and took a couple of pregnancy tests. Oh yeah, also my channel is not for children. So, they came up negative. I waited, you know, took one, it was negative, waited a couple of days, took another one, negative. So then I was like, I'm 44. So I was like, oh, so this is where I'm at in life. Okay, all right. Well, now it's been a week. This is what my spring break is. Oh, this is a spring break to remember, isn't it? And yeah, I told my husband this morning, I was like, I think I'm going through the stages of grief right now, and I'm at anger. So, fair warning, I'm at the anger stage of grief because I think women get the short end of the stick in life. You know, it just... I know we get to carry children, which is one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. Like, I get that. But, yeah, no, it just goes from childhood innocence to bad to worse, biologically. And I'm a little bit in an angry spot about it. Yeah. So I am going to be doing research. I'd much rather be watching crafty videos, but instead I got to figure out what this, you know, what this stage of my life is like. And you see, we don't get, you know, in school, you maybe get those little videos and, oh, your body is going to change and puberty and stuff. And then we get to this stage and there's just nothing. I've got to go figure it out. I'm definitely at the angry stage. If y'all have any tips for dealing with hot flashes, which hit me last week. I am having a breakout, like an acne breakout on my like chest. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, and when you're a kid, you know, when you're a teenager, and at least when I was a teenager and when I was in college, it's like, oh, I look forward to the day when I don't have to deal with menstrual cycles. Well, actually, I think I'd like to go back now. Who's with me? This rant, I can't be alone. I know I'm among my people. Yes, Desiree, please. I need some guidance. Oh my gosh. I'm at the angry stage. I don't even know what all the steps of grief are, but I know anger is one of them. Oh man. And you know, it's just like, I never knew what PMS was. I mean, my mom would always be like, it's PMS, you know, which when I was growing up, and I was like, sure, I think she's making it up, whatever this PMS stuff is. And I never knew until I hit my 40s. And then, so 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh, there's my PMS. But, because it just hit me for like a day. And for a day, I'd be like, okay, be aware that the problem is not anyone but you. And like, I became very aware of it and, you know, keep it in check or whatever. Well, now I've felt like I've had PMS for 2 weeks. That's not cool. I mean, yes, I can keep myself in check, but I know. Let's just go back to crafting. Let's not think about such things. Yes, right? Just as you get used to things, change. Well, and then I just know that it's so funny. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but they're always listening. Like, I don't know how, but, or, you know, they follow our searches or whatever. So I opened YouTube at 4 o'clock this morning when I couldn't sleep because, yes, that's another symptom of all of this glory. And, it was like the advertisement that came up for me, and I try to watch the ads for all my friends so they can get a little change, you know? And so the ad that came up for me was like hormonal balance pills, and I was like, yeah, Google knows. I mean, I'm just figuring it out, but Google's got it figured out. They know what I need. They know I need an advertisement for hormonal herbal supplements. Well, I'm glad you know Google. Oh boy. All right, let's just grab those instructions that I put away during my rant. Let's take a look at these. So these are going to be even easier than the last one. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. We're going to skip that. These are going to be more thank you cards. I did like what they did here, though. I don't want to dismiss that. I like the stacked little bitty sentiments. I think that's really cool. I know that the thank you sentiment that I pulled out won't fit on that because they're more narrow than these. So I'm going to have to measure these, and I'll just cut some paper. So we'll just do 2.5 to make my life easier by 1/2 inch. Easy. So I keep all kinds of things that most people would probably discard, but I keep them. These are the cutoffs that I get when I cut my card fronts. So I like to do pre-cut card fronts. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I basically pre-cut a card front to go on top. And I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4 so that I'll always have a border. And then these are the strips that I get from that, but they're kind of perfect because I do believe they're 1/2 inch. Yes, they are. So then I just gonna stamp these out and cut them, and we'll be on our way. I need 4. Again, these are going to be thank yous. I did take my sentiment off my block. I was trying to put things away. That's good. That's good. Got to get it back out. It's, you know, it's interesting. More about, I'm processing, you guys. I'm sorry. You're my friends. You're here with me. You got to process with me. I know. But my daughter will be going through her change soon. You know, she's turning 10 in April. So, like, I was thinking about it last night. I was like, oh, we're just making those changes together. We're going through this together in a different way. I've been preparing her. We've been talking about it. She's informed. Some of her friends in class are already going through puberty and going through change. So that alone is improvement upon my childhood, where when it came, I thought I was dying, and it was on my birthday, and my dad had taken the day off to hang out with me and take me places and celebrate my birthday. And I went to the bathroom and came out and thought I was dying, and I was too embarrassed to tell him what was going on. And so I called my mom on the phone and was crying. I was a mess. And she's like, oh gosh, this is no big deal. Just go to my bathroom underneath the sink. You'll find what you need. And that just felt like, you know, a twin mattress pad situation going on. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was sure everyone could see what was going on when my dad took me to lunch. I was just a mess. An absolute mess. And I don't want that for my daughter. So we've already been talking about these things. Don't want her to get caught off guard. Oh boy. Okay, so we're just gonna put a thank you on this. Might even use more of that twine. I mean, these are gonna be very simple. There is nothing wrong with simple cards, y'all. Desiree at Include a Thank You has an awesome series that she keeps. It's ongoing on her channel. You know, about card simplicity. And I 100% agree. She doesn't even measure. Desiree, I do not know how you do that. She just cuts and goes, y'all. I cannot. I've done it once or twice, and I always think of you when I do. But for the most part, I do have to measure. Which is funny, because otherwise I'm a complete free spirit and wild child. But I'm going to measure a little. We'll put some of this back here, and we can even offset this. I always say we because I feel like y'all are here with me. You're crafting with me. I'm not doing this alone. Oh, cool. Sala, awesome. What's the name of your Facebook group? She started a Facebook group for card makers. You guys definitely will have to go check that out. I will too. Awesome. I love that. Oh. She went with both Finnish and English, so that is so cool. In case y'all didn't know, she lives in Finland. Good morning, Debbie. How are you? I need to get busy and make some collage. I've kind of been a little bit spoiled because I got ahead of myself and did a few back to back. And I actually really like that. I want to do that again. I have this week's done. Week 12 is done. I need to do week 13 and beyond. I might do that today. Oh, I got some cool collage stuff actually from my trip. So we went to San Antonio last weekend for a couple of days. We wanted to take the kids somewhere for spring break. It's just like an hour and a half from us. They've both been studying the Alamo at school, and we took them on like a guided tour, and they didn't learn anything. They already knew it all. I was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. I didn't remember half of this stuff. Oh, and we did the Riverwalk a couple of times, some shopping, and you know, touristy shopping on the Riverwalk. And then we took them to a Spurs game. We took them to the basketball game, which was like their first professional sports event to go to. And they had fun, except for we bought the tickets that day, and so we were in the nosebleed section, and they were not a fan of that. And in that stadium, I will say it is a little unnerving because the steps are so steep and the seats are so close that it is a little off-putting. But they settled in and had a good time. And my son, he's too young to play the lottery, but I keep teasing him about, will you pick my ticket, my numbers? Because we've been watching Monk, and he can like, or we watched the new Knives Out. I think it's called Onion something. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. But he can pick the killer like right away in a murder mystery. And before we even got to the stadium, he's like, I know we're in San Antonio, and I'm not saying that I'm not rooting for the home team, but I think they're going to lose. Knowing nothing about the teams, nothing at all about their stats or anything, and sure enough, they lost. Oh, he's funny. San Antonio is a wonderful little city to visit. I say little city because it is small, but it's rich in history and culture, which is what I like, you know? And the Riverwalk area, a lot of the architecture, which is another thing I like, is absolutely gorgeous. Back, I think it was, I want to say it's the 30s, but I'm not 100% sure. Whoops, that did not go where I wanted it to. I'm just going to pull from here. There was an investor who really wanted to turn it into like the Paris of North America, along the water canals and stuff. And so they built a lot of really cool buildings that have like gargoyles, and they're just, the architecture is just gorgeous. I mean, really, really beautiful. You know, and they've got a lot of the Spanish missions still there that you can visit. I think you can visit a number of the missions. Hey, Gloria. And to everyone watching silently, hello. I get you. I see you. I watch silently sometimes too. Good morning. Didn't even use these or the dimensionals that came with that kit. I do want to stamp the insides again. This time, let's use a different stamp. Let's use these flowers. This is kind of like a meadow, a beautiful meadow. Oh, our wildflowers are out in Texas, y'all. Oh, it's like my favorite time of the year is spring. I adore wildflowers. And they're everywhere. Our blue bonnets, the paintbrushes, all the things. I'm going to use a different sentiment too. Okay. Yay, 8 more cards for the pastor. Let's see, out of 365. 8 done. Sure. That's progress. He's not asking me. I just make 25 or 50 at a time and take them to him, and then I make 25 or 50 more and take him those. He loves this size card because he sends a thank you card every day. So he's like, I love whatever size this is. I really like it because I can just put a quick, easy note in it and send it off. I'm not stuck trying to feel like I didn't put enough in the card or fill up enough space. So he loves an A2 card. Isn't that funny? I think that's funny. So just to prove that these ink pads are amazing, this is the one that was left like this. It fell off my desk. I had no idea. I left the room for a week. Yeah, I haven't been in my room in a week. And came back, and let's use it. It's been open like this for a week. If this doesn't sell these ink pads, I don't know what will. They're awesome. Look at that. I mean, amazing. Some ink pads, if you left them open for a week, they would be coming undone, like separating from the bottom. It would be terrible. I'm not saying that you should do that, even if you have these, but I was amazed. I was sad because, hello, yellow is my favorite color, which is why it would be on my desk in the first place anyways. But it's still kicking. That makes me happy. All right. Continuing that little yellow meadow look for the inside. And then using this other gratitude stamp. These stamp beautifully because this is a very fine lettering. I didn't condition it, the stamp, at all. I think that also speaks to the ink, but see, that's beautiful. Alrighty. Hey, we've done it. We put together a whole kit, you guys. And how long have I been on here? Almost an hour. Should I keep going? Or is this a good place to stop? Oh, cool. Yay. There is the link for the card making Facebook group that Sala started. Yay. Awesome. When this live is over later on, I will try to add it to the comments, and you're welcome to do the same. That way people who watch it afterwards can click on it and go over. Alrighty then. So should we keep going? Oh, keep going. Keep going. Yes, this is my crew right here. We're not just gonna knock out one card kit. Heck no. We'll keep going, and we're going to move on to this next little fun one. So not only do I make cards for the pastor, thank you cards, he has 8 now. But I also make cards for the children's ministry and for the pastor and for all the ministries, because they send everyone in the congregation a personalized birthday card each year. This is a heavy card sending church, and I was a member of this church before I became a card maker. And as soon as I started making cards, that's who I made them for. I made them for my church. So this was back in 2017 that I became a card maker. So I've been making them cards ever since then. Okay. Yay. This will go into my stash. This will go into my stash. That'll go into my stash. Otherwise, the kit's gone. That's all that's left over are these 3 things and this, and that's it. We used it. Oh, and we didn't use these, but this will go into my stash. These cool stencils, which I really do like. Love the stars. I'm always a fan of stars. And then this can go in as well. I probably won't line these, but I will give these envelopes. I always give them envelopes for all their cards too. So that is done. Let's get out another kit. I'll probably just put this in my scraps, which is down there. All right, moving on. Let's not dilly-dally. All right. Oh, I also had those left over. Okay, so this is the last of what's in this box. And then of course I'll have the stamp set to go into my stash as well. I have a folder where I keep all my small stamps. Oh, I made 8. And so I just always put these with my small 3x4 stamps. So we made 4 of each design. I made them all thank you cards. And then on the inside, they each have a Bible verse and trees in that one. And then this one has a Bible verse and like meadow flowers. Aren't those gorgeous? I could make those all day long. I love those. Okay, let's tear into this one. This one's called Ice Cream Corner. This will be fun for the kids, for the children's ministry. I haven't even opened this one yet. I love this heavy chipboard. You guys, I make mini albums, I make junk journals, and so this is like, oh, bonus. I'll take that. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I see some glitter. Look at that. She is shining. Some more dimensionals, some more twine, Bermuda Bay. I don't know if I have I have been gifted Stampin' Up! Pads, so that's why I don't know what I've got. I've got Coastal Cabana. I think this is the only one I have. This is my only Stampin' Up! Pad. So it's a different color. We'll use this color. Got envelopes. Oh, these are shaped cards. Well, that'll be fun. Kiwi. I love kiwi, you guys, so much. So much. Unfortunately, my kiwi plants aren't coming back. Rainbows and watermelons. This is fun. Oh, I bet this will go together really quickly. Ooh, we had some amazing fruit in San Antonio, and like fruit popsicles. Oh, so good. I always go for the piña, the coconut, the piña colada, pineapple, and coconut. Can't go wrong. You were so cool. Happy birthday. Hey there, and way to go. So we'll be using the happy birthday. These will be birthday cards for the kids. Let's take a look at what we're supposed to do kind of here real quick. Stamp everything out, punch it out, tape it down. Easy. Oh, you're supposed to decorate your envelopes with these stickers. Cool. We'll just make more cards out of them, but cool. Or we'll put them on the insides of the cards, or we'll put one on the envelope, whatever. Okay, so this is like almost too easy. We're going to do a lot of happy birthday if we can, which need these longer. We can also use You're So Cool and Hey There and put the happy birthday on the inside, but we're going to skip the way to go. And what's this for? Oh, these are punch outs too. Oh, okay. These just go behind stuff. Is it blinding you like it's blinding me? It is bright glitter paper. This stuff shines. And it might shed a little. Let's see. I won't use glitter stuff if it sheds when I donate cards. Like if you we donate to Dell's Children's Hospital, they won't take cards with glitter, period, at all, because it can actually be inhaled and cause breathing problems. So most hospitals will not accept it. Even something like this, if I tell them like, oh, it's just glitter paper, it won't shred, they won't take it. If they see glitter, it's a no-no. It's a no-go. So these are going to line the backs. All right. Let's get some stamping done. I'm just going to use this stamping spot for all of it. Looks like they did the same thing. Look at me following directions. So unusual. I don't know. You're probably supposed to do that a different way. Just trying to break the seal. There we go. Get some blocks. Isn't this cute? It is a cute one. Did you use it? Is yours already used up, Gloria? We're going to do Hey There. We're going to do Happy Birthday. Making sure it fits. It does. And You're So Cool. Every kid needs to hear that. Oh, guess what, you guys? Because it's not like I have enough to do already. No, but this is important. I'm starting a ministry at our church for homeschooled kids. It just kept coming up and I can't ignore it. I really feel like I'm supposed to do it. So when I feel like that, then I don't worry about, oh, I already have so much to do or I have so much going on, because I know that God will give me the strength to do it. And He'll give me the support I need to do it, that I don't have to do everything alone or all by myself. But anyways, I've gotten approval from all the people I need approval for, and I'm doing a homeschool group where we meet. It doesn't have to be only kids from our church either. Like, it can be any kid who's homeschooled who wants to take part. But they're going to meet twice a month. One week will be a planning week, and it's like for middle school and high school homeschool kids, where they meet and pick a community service project to work on. So it can be like a food drive, cleaning up a park, whatever. I want the kids, like, I'm going to give them, I have 4 ideas ready to go to get them jump started and going, but then I can't wait to see what ideas they come up with. So once a week, or we meet twice a month. One of those is going to be a meeting where they can come together and bring ideas, and organize for like flyers and or whatever they need to do. Basically an organizational meeting. And then the second meeting will be for doing the community service. So basically, I grew up doing a ton of community service my whole life. My parents did a lot, and my kids enjoy it, but haven't had it since COVID. Before COVID, we used to pack backpacks for the food bank, and then we couldn't do that anymore, and they really miss it. And you know, I think it would just be so good to get kids together. They're doing community service, and having social time with each other, and you know, social time within the community. So I'm really excited about it. My son's super excited about it. The church is excited about it, and it's great because they're allowing us the space there. You know, it's free of charge, and we just get to meet there. And we're going to do our community service on Saturdays so that kids who even go to public school can take part, like my daughter. So I have one child who's homeschooled and one that's not. And she's like, I don't want to miss out on on community service because I'm in school. And so that will take place on Saturdays, which, you know, that is my crafty day, but I'll be giving it up once a month to do this, and I am fine by that. I'm fine with that. I'm really excited, and the kids are excited. One of the things that I'm going to offer up for them to, a couple of things I'm going to offer up for them to vote on. One is definitely a food bank. Our church doesn't do a food bank because there's another church in the area that does one, and my pastor says, why reinvent the wheel? Like, they're doing such a good job. So we just contribute to their food bank. But that's one, is a food drive. I want, you know, my son's interested in theater, and so we talked about if they could come up with like real simple sketches that they do, like, you know, improv kind of, but based on like a Bible verse for a nursing home. There's a nursing home that our church does things for, like they do bingo night for them and stuff like that. And so I want the kids to like kind of do a couple of real simple like skits that are based on Bible verses for the nursing home, make cards for Dell's Children's Hospital. So I'll be cutting up a bunch of card sketch stuff, probably a sheet load for them to follow. So I've come up with some ideas. We still have a lot of debris from the ice storms around, so we were even thinking about cleaning up some ice storm stuff that's still around for the community, for people who need it, who need that kind of assistance. Yeah, so be adding that to my plate, which I'm excited about. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to fold on my card bases. This is just almost too easy, you guys. Do this. Recycling is a plus. I went with my friend Letty from Party Planner Papery. We went to the reuse center, the Creative Reuse Center in Austin. Oh my gosh. It was like a junk journaler's paradise. I don't know what else to say. Just amazing. Hi, Sue. Good morning, afternoon. What, are you like 7 hours ahead of us? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you're ahead of us, though. Yes, it does. You know, trust in the Lord. That's where our strength comes from. So, you know, and I just have to get it going. And then, you know, I'm really hoping that the kids will enjoy and be involved and, you know, appreciate that there's an activity, one, where other children are, and, you know, appreciate the opportunity that they get to make an impact in their community. And that they get to kind of pick, that they get to vote on things, that they have some, you know, because I want to find more ways for our children to have responsibility as they age. I want them to get comfortable making decisions and collaborate, you know, in a collaborative way, you know, working with others and in a way that impacts people in a positive way. And, you know, I want them to learn organizational skills like, okay, and problem solving. Like, I think there's so many benefits to this idea that will benefit the children as they start becoming young adults. You know, like my son's about to be a teenager. In July, he'll be 13, you know? And so he needs to learn problem solving skills like this, you know, collaborating with others. I'm excited for them. I'm also excited for our community to feel the impact. All right, so circles on it doesn't matter, but on one set of each shape, essentially. Cool. We can do that. Oh, it looks like they want the watermelon to go this way, but then how would you can't display that card. I think that's kind of a boo-boo. Either mine wasn't folded right, you know, either this was supposed to be the fold line and mine wasn't right, which I doubt, but like I would rather it be like this where they can at least set it up. So we're gonna do ours that way. Watermelons go that way. So let's get some hey there's for those. Let's do some hey there's for these. And then we can do we're going to do the you are so cool on the popsicles. And the happy birthday on the watermelons. And then we have extras. Cool. All right. The other thing is that these have a twine, this mustard seed looking twine. Oh, it's 12. Okay, well, it's lunchtime. Nice. Are you crafting today, Sue? Where did my scissors go? Oh, I put them back. What a novel idea. Hey, Kimmy girl, welcome. Let's see, they're kind of doing this long, like so, almost like a bow. See if I like that better because I wasn't feeling it the other way. Yeah, I like it loose like that. That'll work. Gosh, these feel like they'd almost fit like in a mini slimline envelope, but they sent them with A2 envelopes. Alrighty. Now, probably in the directions they say, oh, cut your thread to a certain length, and then they give you this ruler, but I just kind of cut 12 inches, yeah. of the baker's twine. I just do whatever. But I've been following instructions very well compared to what I would normally do. Okay. I think again, I'm just going to use my double-sided adhesive. Yay, getting cards done for donation. This is always a good thing. And I'm going to have 2 paper kits that are gone, 2 card kits, all done. That's a little wonky. That's fine. Wonky is good. The kids will love it being wonky. I actually look forward to making the donation cards with the kids because, boy, they really think of things differently. You know, it's just so refreshing. They think outside the box, and it's funny the little details that they pick up on that I notice. I've done card classes at the church before where we made cards for Dell's Children's Hospital, and those kids turned out the cards, you guys. They made like 300 cards between all of them. So I didn't really teach, but I organized a card class for them during their summer camp. And so I had like 3 classrooms with about 15 kids in each one. And by the end of the day, we had hundreds of cards to donate for Dell's Children's Hospital. It was awesome. They were so energetic. That's what I remember. I was like, oh, these kids have lots of energy. I'm just going to keep them busy. Keep giving them card bases, giving them paper. When I do that, I already have sketches and things pre-cut. Nobody's cutting anything. They're only having to glue, and they can follow a sketch. So in case you're interested in doing the same thing, that one just looks messy, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know, I might try to fix it real quick. This ribbon is a hot mess. Let's see if I can make it look at least a little bit more like a bow. There we go. Okie dokie. I think I'm gonna do some without the ribbon. I'm not really feeling the ribbon for these after doing 3 of them. I think we're just gonna put these on here like this. Yes, I like that better. Okay, I'm gonna use glue this time. These would be cute with like enamel dots. I kind of want to rip this out of here. I don't really like the ribbon for some reason. The color is not working for me. The texture, I don't know, ribbon and popsicles and food. I don't know why. It's just, for my brain, it wasn't feeling that. I like it better without. So, take it out. This will stick better with wet glue too. This one's going to be crooked. That's cool. All right. Sorry. I just had to fix that. I haven't started my Anna Green Gables journal yet. I really need to do that. also really want to make a Cinderella journal. I got a, a printable, Cinderella printable off Etsy for a junk journal, and it's just so pretty. I just want to make it. There we go. Probably after these, I'll be all done, you guys. We will have completed 2 card kits, which I think is a huge success. I'm so happy to have, that whole box, that whole paper pumpkin box. I had crammed 2 kits into 1 box just to try to save space, but I'm really excited to have that much more space in my 12 by 12 box. So I have a 12 by 12 box full of card kits, and I want to get through them. So that's, I've got 2 down. That's a good start. Bye, Debbie. Have a great weekend. I'm glad you came and hung out with me and everybody. All right. Is it boring just watching me do this? I don't know why. I feel like it's just too easy, or I don't know, repetitive. Watching someone just punch and stamp and glue. I guess that's what we do, isn't it? That is what we do. It just feels almost too easy or repetitive. Like this might not be an interesting video. Oh gosh. We went out yesterday. Well, we took the kids to the arcade and pizza buffet, and then we went and did some work at my mom's house. We try to help her. She keeps honey-do lists for me and my hubby to do. And so we went and knocked out some of our honey-do list, and then I came home and took a nap. And then I got up and folded a whole bunch of laundry. So proud of myself. We all have full dresser drawers of clean clothes again instead of hampers of dirty clothes. But yay, it feels good. Did some extra cleaning, took care of my little furry niece, my brother and sister-in-law's dog, who I adore so much. I love her so much. I'm so glad she lives next door to me. I'm glad they do too, but like, I love that dog, and I got to take care of her for a couple of days. That was fun. Okay, we have got more cards, 12 more cards. I think I will use these stickers for the envelopes. We'll just put 1 on each envelope. And then I want to put some enamel dots on these. And with enamel dots, you better use them. Use them or lose them, because look what happens. I gotten these on clearance, and they used to be white eyes, but now they're yellow. Yeah, enamel dots will turn yellow, you guys. So just use them up. Let's see. All the things are yellow because I haven't used this stuff in so long. See the yellow milk? Moral of the story is just use it up. Use it up. Do not hoard it. I know, I do it too, obviously. No judgment. But this is why I'm busting my stash. Yes, they will still be great, right? I noticed, I guess it was a week or 2 ago, that they had turned on me, that they had turned yellow, but then I was like, they'll be okay. They'll be great. I need to make a bunch of monsters or something with them. I've been totally into paper dolls, so that works. All right, let's pop some of these on. I bet these were from a card kit. I have some Pink and Main card kits. I have some Spellbinders card kits. I have all different kinds of card kits to use up. Whoops. I think these are the only paper pumpkins, so now I've used up all my Stampin' Up! Ones. Whoop whoop. That's a good thing. Do y'all know how good kiwi is inside oatmeal? Ugh, it's amazing. I love putting fresh kiwi in my oatmeal, like when it's piping hot. I don't cook it in there. I just cut it up and put it in right when I put my oatmeal in my bowl with a little bit of honey, lots of cinnamon. It's delicious. I grew up, my dad always put fresh fruit in our cereal. We'd always have banana or grapes, some kind, peaches, pear, whatever was around went into our bowl of cereal. And I just can't eat cereal without fresh fruit. And I'm kind of the same way with oatmeal. I'm not interested if there's not any fresh like banana or peach or apple or kiwi in my oatmeal. Now I'm going to have to go make myself some oatmeal. I was thinking about having grits, but I guess I'll have some oatmeal. I've had my dandelion root tea, something to chill me out. Detox. So Des, since you're still here, is a detox part of the way of having harmony when you're dealing with radical hormones? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I was like, maybe I need to do a detox. And dandelion root is really healthy, and it's a delicious tea. If you used to do coffee, but you can't anymore, like I can do decaf coffee, but I can't do regular coffee. Makes me really aggressive. And then I can't sleep at night, but I can't sleep anyways, right? Might as well go back to drinking coffee. But yeah, dandelion root is a great coffee substitute. Like, it's a dark tea. This has a little bit of cream in it. It's a great coffee substitute. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Gloria. I could put the stickers inside the cards. There's not a lot of room, but I guess that's okay, too. Oh, we need to stamp happy birthday on all the hey there's and the you're so cool. Glad you said that, Gloria. I was going to forget to do that. I mean, these are for the youth. They, you know, don't need to write a whole bunch of stuff in there either. You guys, I don't know if I told you this story or not, but back in November, my husband bought a new car, and I had to go in and negotiate with them. I grew up, my dad's a car guy, so I grew up around someone who was always wheeling and dealing, if you will, and I know how these dealerships work. And so I was like, I got you. You go to work, I'll go negotiate. So I went in to negotiate with these guys. I came in, I was like, look, I've got 30 minutes before I have to get to work, so I'm not messing around. And sat down to negotiate the price that we wanted the truck for. He got a Ford Explorer. And so they were messing, I feel like they were messing around with me a little bit on some things. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I'm not going to buy the truck if you don't give me what I want. And so I think the guy began to realize that I wasn't bluffing. And he's like, okay, just write down what you want on this piece of paper and I'll take it back to my sales manager. I was like, why don't you bring your sales manager out here? It would save a lot of, they just kept going back and forth, back and forth. And, but I had to keep writing down on this sheet of paper what I wanted. And he'd come back and try to give me less. And I was like, that's not what I wrote. So it was so funny because I write in cursive, like a hybrid cursive, if you will. And they couldn't read it. The guy was like, oh, hold on, this is going to take a little longer. I got to go pull a guy out. One of our mechanics can read cursive. I don't think anybody here in the office can read cursive. What? Are you kidding me? So I say all that because I was thinking about these being kids' cards and they don't have a lot of space to write. And I always like default write in cursive. But you know what? My kids can read cursive. It's the only way they can read what I write them. Oh my goodness, you guys. They can't read cursive. Adults. They just weren't taught in school. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but they stopped teaching cursive. And look what happens. I told the guys, like, how are you going to read the Constitution? How are you going to read documents that you need to know what they say if you can't read cursive? And he's like, I don't know. I never really thought about it, but I guess it's a problem because I can't read what you wrote. So they went and pulled a mechanic from what he was doing to stand in the sales manager's office. I'm telling you, it was like clowns up in there. I don't know where the clown car was. It was parked in the back of the dealership, I'm sure. But they figured it out. We got there. I got what I wanted. But I was like, I could have written anything. Y'all can't even read it. Could have written, I want the car for free. Okay, I'm going to put these stickers on here, and then whatever's left over, I know who's going to want these. She doesn't like kiwi, so I'll just go ahead and make sure I use all the kiwi. Can you imagine? And that's what I tell my kids, is like, y'all need to learn cursive because there's historical documents that, you know, you're going to want to read for yourself potentially. And you can't do that if you don't read cursive. You don't want someone telling you what the Constitution says. You want to read it for yourself. You know? Oh, anyways. I was just blown away. It's stuck in my memory now. Ooh, that envelope might need a stamp over it. I'm going to save the rainbows for my little girl. She'll want those. I like this sunshine. This is my favorite. Whoops, flip it over. Even though there's no sunshine, well, I guess there's rainbows, so that's why there was a sunshine. Almost done, you guys. Hope y'all have a good crafty Saturday. Sue, are you having lunch and then crafting? What are you doing today? Yeah, Gloria, the argument, because I had to kind of dive down that rabbit hole myself of like, why are we not teaching our children cursive? And it was because people were in a digital age and more people type than write, so they feel like it's unnecessary. Unnecessary. I don't know. So we homeschool and we taught our kids cursive. They had little cursive books just like we did growing up. All right. These will go to Sparkle Hearts sticker collection. Don't worry. All right. We did it. We smashed 2 card kits. You got to hear me rant about menopause and cursive handwriting. Oh, good golly. Drink some tea. Definitely go check out Sala's Facebook group. If anybody has channels, Facebook groups, hey, I'm in the share all the love. There's enough for everyone to go around. So you can always put your links in my chat. Don't put no weird, dirty links. None of that troll stuff. Only the card and paper craft and journal stuff. But yeah, all right. Let's do a quick little review. This is done. So these are the 2 kits that we smashed today. I have an empty box, which I can use for shipping. I've got to do that. That's on my to-do list. All right. I missed Craft Roulette last night, y'all. I need to go back and watch that today. Maybe that's something that'll just chill me out a little bit. Watch a little Craft Roulette. This is what gets me. I'm normally just I'm a pretty happy, easygoing person. I feel like this whole menopause thing is going to really try to say otherwise. Okay, here is all the cards that I made today hanging out with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I just love it. I love being on here live with you guys. It is my favorite way. I do love editing videos, but hanging out with you is so much better. Conversations that we get into, the sharing, the back and forth, it's my favorite. So here they are, so much fun. Definitely check out Paper Pumpkin. If you know, I'd also say check out Spellbinders. Desiree, do you have a link for Spellbinders card kit you want to pop in there? Or Gloria or Brian, anybody, if y'all have links for Paper Pumpkin or the Spellbinders card kits, feel free to throw them in the chat or later on come back and add them to the comments. I'm fine with y'all linking stuff like that. I don't have any links to anything except for the stuff I get on Amazon sometimes. So just link it up if you like so people can find this stuff. I haven't gotten any of the new Spellbinders kits, but they've kind of moved in the way of this. So if you like this Paper Pumpkin, you may like the Spellbinders new card kits. Or if you want Paper Pumpkin, I know Gloria, I know Brian now, they all do those things. So here they are. I'm going to donate all of these. So it'll be great. I'll have a little box to take with me to church tomorrow when I pray for hot flashes and hormones to balance out. Oh, cool, Patricia. Hello. And Addie, hi. Yes, knock out those kits. Like, I'm just happy to have the space. I do have a kit coming in from Dreams Etc. I don't know how much longer I'll be getting those kits, but I have one more coming at least, and so that's exciting. But yeah, just use them up. You won't miss it. Especially like these have been waiting for me to craft for like, I don't know, a year or two, a couple of years. It's like I really won't miss it, and it's going to bless somebody. It's going to bless our church because they're going to get cards for free, and then it's going to bless the people that they send it to. So it's like blessings all around. It blesses you and me while we make these things together. It blesses the people we give them to and the people they give them to. So it's just such a good thing. It's such a good thing to use up that stash. And then you can make room for more pretties. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm so glad you don't think it's boring because sometimes I feel like, oh gosh, this is probably really boring. I can't believe I did a 3-hour live last week. I don't even know what I talked about. But people hung out with me and that was super cool. Oh. Oh, you have kids in kindergarten? Yes. Oh, it's fun. You know, actually, my daughter went into 4th grade this year, Addie, and I made her a whole stack of cards because I just knew birthdays would be coming and she pulls from it. She loves them. I got these really cool, like, ephemera pieces from Hobby Lobby that had, like, trendy girls on them, and she loved the cards. I used a sheet load. That would be a great thing to do. If you need to bust out, like, a lot of cards, you could use, let me grab one real quick. You could use a sheet load sketch, like this is the March one, and just grab some cute ephemera or stamps, and you could have, this one yielded 8 cards in a flash. So you don't have to have a kit. You guys, if you don't subscribe to kits, you don't get kits. I get it. I mean, I'm getting one now, but I probably won't get it all year or anything. You can make your own kits. Go to Call Me Crafty Al's YouTube channel, watch her sheet loads, get the sheet loads for free, grab some paper, grab some ephemera, and make yourself a kit. And maybe, like this is the March sheet load, you can make yourself a kit for the whole month of March. You know, just set the paper aside, set the ephemera, set the stamps, kind of build your own card kit and work on it throughout the month, or whenever you get that, you see other people working with kits, but it's not in your budget, or you just have too much stuff. You know, build your own kit out of things you already have. That would be my suggestion. All right. I love you guys so, so much. Oh, TR, hi. So, hi and bye. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this little kit busting session with these beautiful cards, and I will catch you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.